Hey everybody, I'm Coach Couch, founding coach for Team Beachbody, and I'm here tonight to help you with team volume. So, uh, focusing on team volume, we're going to teach you the color code method tonight, the beginnings of this, so everybody can understand exactly how we're going to present this through these lessons. And what we want to do is basically just be able to say blue or gold. You know exactly what we're talking about. So, since we're talking about money, please be aware of the Beachbody income disclaimer that there's no guarantees and it's all about how much work you do and the results won't be the same for everybody. It's in the back office. Please check it out. And policy and procedures, make sure you're on top of that because that's up to you to stay within policy. And that does change. So let's get going. We're going to make this fast and sweet and to the point. I got to go out in the cold and work. It's no. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. The first thing I want to explain to you is the colors themselves. Now, bring that screen to the front. Okay, cute. All right, so what you see right there, guys, is gold and blue. Very simple. Team volume is everything that happens underneath you on your genealogy. So when you log into your account, you see your genealogy. And whenever you sign a coach, you see that. And if you have multiple business centers, you pick different genealogies to log into. So everything there, right there, that's what that gold and blue represents. Team volume and personal volume. And, you know, those are systems of money. They're different types. Team volume, which we're going to call gold. Now, this is where we're going to try to go heavy. Now, if you guys have built your house in the past, you know, networks are networks. They have up and downs. They all do. And if you go into a down period and you create a house of cards in your network, meaning you're in the blue, then most of your stuff's done out of your personal business center. You really haven't focused on building your team volume, which is the wealth. By the way, it's all I know because I've never built it the opposite way. There's a good chance your business center will collapse or you'll have to rebuild, or people will easily recruit people out from underneath you to other networks under false pretense usually. What you want, and by the way, so the blue PV is about you. It's about commission and income. And that's where you make money out of your first business center, okay? The gold is team volume, and that's what this training is really focused on because this is the switch that we're trying to teach people to make. Since our system's changed a little bit, we're correcting this. All networks change. You just make corrections, okay? And Beachbody is a solid network. It's, you know, for us old timers that if you look at networks, you want to be in one that's over 5 years old. You know, this stuff about getting in early and all that is usually absolute crap. Anybody's been in a lot of networks or any networks for a long period of time will tell you that. And it's about longevity in the network. And Beachbody is over 10 years old and it's super solid. And so you can feel confident the work that you're going to do is going to reward you for a very long time if you do it correctly. And that's why we're teaching the gold, because that's the longevity of pay right there, the wealth, the residual, the income that comes to you from the masses, from multiple people doing the same tasks that you are doing. And instead of you doing all of the work, it is a whole bunch of people doing the work. This is what you sow. This is what you plant. This is what you want to harvest later. The blue is immediate payout. It's a commission. It's an affiliate action. So, and some people like that, but we want to show you the residual money because this is about team. And everybody wins this year, and that's what we're focusing on. So everybody wins, and we're going to focus on the team, and we're going to focus on gold. Now, everything I tell you, you may assume that I'm abandoning old systems, and it's not true. What it is about the order of systems and the placement of those systems into our plan to get the maximum pay from the current comp plan, which is a very good comp plan, which actually helped write. We're going to maximize that. So we're doing less work for more money instead of the other way around. And we have to make an adjustment right now. We have a great system to do it. We have a great company to do it with, and we have great products to do it with. So if we take action and work daily on these and focus on the gold, we're looking to create wealth. And wealth is what is the definition of rich through residual. I mean, there's middle class based on a dollar amount. There's poor based on a dollar amount. And there's rich. And rich is based on residual. Residual income is money that keeps coming every month, even if you don't act upon it. Okay? Where commission is money you have to do every sell. And if you don't make a sell, the money doesn't come back. Now, these both, in many cases, overlap each other. So even though you may have a blue sell, and we're going to get into that, there may be a little gold tied to that. But there's trade-offs. And we're going to get into those trade-offs. And those trade-offs usually equal dollars. So be understanding throughout this course, when we offer you a gold menu, a products for your customers to buy, their team volume focus, meaning they want to produce the highest volume through that menu of products to sell to your customers. When we want to do a blue sell or a discount or coupon sell, you're going to hear those words used interchangeably. You'll have a menu for blue. And I like to call them coupon, and I'll explain to you in a slide here in a minute on what that means, okay? And then we're having sales to customers, and customers we're going to treat different. And a lot of you guys know what we usually call coupon sales, and coupon coaches are known to many people in this network as discount coaches. But in this thing, we're focusing on the full sell or very, very specific intent on a coupon sell. And you're going to see what I mean by that. So everybody wins is a focus of this training. And the goal of this training is to maximize payout. If you struggled in the past, this could be why. This can be a solution for that. If you haven't had success yet, this can be a solution for it because there's multiple ways to hit it. There's smaller purchases made in many instances, different strategies. And this could possibly fill your need. And if you've had success in the past and your business has collapsed because things do change, this might be structure just for your liking, because what I'm teaching you is the basics of networking and how to build thick, juicy downlines that have a lot of famine resistance to them. So, we got something for everybody. So let me get out of the slide and go to the next slide. And the next slide I want to do for you guys real quick, it's called coupons. And I'm going to put this in the form of brick and mortar stores, because a brick and mortar store is something that you walk into like a regular store on the street. If you don't know what that means, and we're not a brick and mortar, our stuff's not, it's like Amazon. It's not something we walk into. It's all online. If you didn't know those definitions. So that's what we're going to do. So right now, let's just talk about coupons. And what I did was I picked a couple of stores that most of us know. Harbor Freight, I do, because I buy a lot of tools. I buy a lot of junky tools because I go through stuff, and sometimes it's easier for me to throw stuff away than to clean. And Michael's art store, and I used to use that a lot when I was an art teacher. But both are coupon-based stores. Now, believe it or not, I put a challenge pack up there because it's coupon-based too. And let's talk about the goal of the first two stores that I mentioned, the brick and mortar stores. Okay, your first store, to make money, let's talk about money. Okay, they want to get the full sell. When someone comes in, and if you don't have a coupon, it's rare that you'll be offered one. And usually it's just a nice girl or guy who are at the cashier and they, for some reason, give you a coupon because they're just feeling friendly that day. But in general, they don't want that. They want the full sell. They want full price on everything. Okay, the company wants full price on everything they can. Okay, but they also realize that they can't get the full sales. Now, their product's marked up a lot. All right. Their products are marked up more than their value, so they can offer a coupon if they have to. And their second option, if they can't get the full sell, is to get a coupon sell. And usually that coupon is 40% off item. And in the case of Harbor Freight, they'll have multiple items and sell in the store, but the reality is they're actually just normal price. Okay. So that 40% off, they're willing to take a loss or break even on that product they're selling, whatever product in the store. They don't care. Because the reality is that they're aiming to get an upsell on you. That if you come in for one product, they're going to sell you a bunch of stuff at full price or overpriced items. Okay. So that's the goal. And this is what we do as Beachbody coaches too. We look at the challenge pack as a coupon. It's a discounted product. The trick about this is there's that money comes from somewhere. That discount comes from somewhere. And the majority of that, a lot of that discount comes out of your team volume. So if you're selling a product with the coupon first, you're giving away a lot of potentially earned income right from the get-go. So if you lead with a coupon, now there's going to be times we leave with coupons, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But in general, we don't want to lead with a coupon when we're trying to increase team volume, when we're trying to create wealth. We try to get full sell, full price. So what we've seen in the past and actually worked in the past before the system changed is that we did coupon-based sales through challenge packs, challenge groups, and so forth. And that worked for a while, but it also built a house of cards because you didn't have team volume going where you needed it to go. And with those coupons, usually there is team volume tied to it. It's just been highly reduced, meaning you're giving a huge discount out of your team's pocket. So here's the deal, when we have them use a coupon, in our case, a coupon, I'm going to show you this in the next slide, a challenge pack, we upsell on that. So that's the strategy. If you're not doing that, we need to do that. And we do that through Share a Cart. We add items in there to our people and say, hey, check this out. I put this in cart for you. If you don't want it, just remove it. But I suggest this for you. We get those upsells because that's where you want to make the money. And those upsells are for full price usually. And you want those sales. So what we don't do is someone comes to us and wants to buy from us. A lot of you people right off the bat will say, well, I got this challenge pack. Why offer someone a discount, a coupon, when they're at the point of sell? You don't do that. You can do it, but you're going to lose money. You're actually giving them money to do something they're going to do anyway. And you basically, you're discounting your services because what they're really buying, the bottom line is you. In network marketing, it's the relationship with you. The products, workouts, you can get anywhere. You can get any network marketing company. You can get almost anything there anywhere, but people buy relationships. They buy relationships and you're the product. Don't feel a need to discount yourself because it's not just about you. It's about your team and everybody you brought on as a coach that you made a commitment to them. And I bet a lot of you said, hey, I can help you make potential income. I can help you, that secondary income. And you've said that. So you should hold to those words. And every time you use a coupon and you don't place it or use it right, you're not holding up to your word. So that's just my view. So that's my opinion, how I feel, how I operate. So let me go to the next slide real quick. So get that. A coupon in our case is a challenge band. Okay. Or other discount. Other sell. There's cells that aren't challenge packs. So anytime you do that, remember where that discount comes from. It comes from you. All right. And Beachbody's a great company. And don't think for 1 second and I'm knocking them in. Their goal is to make as much profit as possible. And they've been very good at that on the executive end. And that's what corporations do. More power to them. I want them to be wealthy. I want them to be thick. Because I know the stronger they are, the longer our network lasts. And so I want that stuff. But on the other end, we need a strong network and we need to work on that right now. And we got this figured out. So we want to be fat on both ends and we can do this. And by the way, you guys, you're going to notice that what I'm teaching you is not recognition based. The company is not going to recognize you for these kind of things. This is about making more money. They don't want, they want, I would think that they would reward based on the more money you make them, not the more money you make you. So that's my mindset, and I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So um, if you want a bobblehead, if you want a trip, a hat, a shirt, a guitar, something of recognition, some flowers, that's cool. Okay, that is cool. But I'm not teaching that here. And some people can do what I'm teaching and that and be very successful, but it's very few. And I don't have that much energy to do it myself. So I got to pick one or the other. All those things I just said, I can buy those things 10 times, more than 10 times, if I do this system. No one's going to recognize me. The only time you'll see me is on the millions stage, and the people that, you know, go up there for that. And that's the only time you're going to see us. In general, like I said, there's some really good coaches out there who kill themselves, but I'm not about that. I'm about making a good living and doing all of the fun things I want to do in life. And I've been so blessed through Beachbody to actually have that that ability to do that. Okay, let me go through the seasons real quick. Okay, guys, with the seasons, you can see this real quick, and I wanted to go over this real quick with you because seasons mean there's times we do things that we lead. It's all about what do we lead. The seasons are leading. We either lead with gold or blue. But you can see in my picture here that there's gold and blue, and we're going to lead usually with gold. But blue, we do have seasons for. And blue is what? A personal volume lead. It's something that's stronger in personal volume and weaker in team volume. Your goal is never really ever to have weaker team volume, but it's going to happen, and sometimes you need it, especially during specials that the company offers for coach loading. So if someone signs up, it's like right now, that's going on with Shaun T's new workout, T20. They can become a coach, and they get in early. So there's new incentives put in. So we do this, we call it coach leading or loading. So we coach load at certain times of the year, and your upline can help you with that in this training, and you should be able to identify that when your team does that. Let me tell you a benefit to the seasons. The seasons too also offer break and routine. So, you know, you might be doing something part of the year and you're getting tired doing the same thing. Well, you get a new season and everything changes. You have a new lead, new direction, new excitement. So that's an awesome advantage of the season. If you notice, when we lead with the blue season, okay, that means we're selling basically a challenge pack or an incentive to become a coach at that point. We always have upsells attached to it at the bottom. So if you bring them in for the blue season, your share cart will be their upsell. All right. And we do have menus for this stuff, you guys. And the upsells are full sell priced items that you add to their cart and try to upsell them. Now, we lead with the team volume. You see the menus there? That means that usually products like quarterly BOD or one of those smaller items, single item purchases. We can upsell them throughout the month on those things, and we'll go over that later. But if you look at the bottom of that, I have coupons at the bottom of that, and that's because that's our backup. So our first sell, remember, is to get the full sell. The full sell does not work. We've tried to get a full sell of various products on our prospect. We hit them with a coupon, okay? We say, hey, guess what? We got a great deal on these. You know, I was just thinking, man, why don't you just do a challenge pack? And you're going to lose money on that, but you're going to gain money because at the same time you're surrendering some team volume, you're getting maybe a prospect you couldn't get before. And so that's when you use it. Obviously, you want to be in the TV menu as much as possible. Products from that menu that you guys are going to receive as much as possible. But when we're in blue season, like we are right now, we're leading with the challenges and then upsells to follow. because right now we're coach loading. We're getting a lot of coaches right now. Now we're always going to recruit coaches. We're always going to invite people, but we're going to be more aggressive at certain times of the year than the other. It's just a matter of focus and placement. Like we said, like I said earlier, it's all about order of things. You do the order of things. So the order of things, you're still doing all the old stuff you're doing. You just, when do you do it? Okay. So let me go to the next slide. You know, you can hear my dog in the background barking at me. He's usually by my side. And he's not by my side right now, and he's pretty upset. So let me make sure I get the right slide this time. And yeah, okay, I'm good. All right, guys. So I want to show you real quick the genealogy, really quick. Now, for you guys who are new coaches, you'll have something similar like this without all the pretty colors in your back office when you log in to graphical genealogy. If you don't know what that is, you need to become aware of it. It's probably the most complex concept of all of this. So if you get lost during a genealogy training, it's pretty normal. I had very, very, very seasoned trainers teaching me, and they taught me for 3 days at the founders meeting, and I was clueless afterwards. It still took me a while to figure it out. So it's complicated, but it's a light bulb going off. When you figure it out, you're like, oh, that was easy. All right. So what you're looking at is you're at the top. Okay. You're that big head thing right there. Okay. You're smiling. You're like in the PV zone. Anything that happens above this line is personal volume. Okay. If you buy personal volume in any of these centers down here, you're not going to get paid for it. Okay. Because these aren't your accounts, first of all. Personal volume means it has to be tied to you. There is an exception, and it's this one right here with this big blue circle. This is your spouse or family member that you're within policy of putting here. That meaning policy right now means that they have to be working it technically. And if they're called and Beachbody says to your spouse or family member, are you working this? And they say, what? No. Then this gets canceled, and this can be a lost fortune right here, because this can be your most valuable account right here. Secondary, because this is your best, but this one, well, this one could pass it, but this one's your best. And we'll get into why real quick. All these other circles, you guys, are random circles, and they do mean things, but the majority of it means this red one right here with the flame. This is a mentor fire. We call these mentor fires, and you see I have random ones lower, and so forth. And let's say the check marks are, for the sake of argument, are just your personal sponsors. These other ones can belong to you, or, well, in this case, they don't, because they're not check marked, but they are placed here by other coaches. This coach might assign this person, or so forth. Now, occasionally, you'll be in a power leg, and your above coach will throw people down in a direction, and that may be a limited time, because once you're heavy on volume on one side, they won't throw anymore. And if you're not, which is the majority of the company, do not let that get in your head. Oh, I wish I was in a power leg. I get no help from above. Well, guess what? The majority of the successful people in this company have done it themselves and have had no help. And if you're in a dead leg, that's your fault, because bring it alive. You're the head of your company. I did. Most of the successful coaches I knew got no help. And you don't go into business looking for crutches. You know, if you get them, it's a benefit. It's a bonus. It's like, oh, cool. But it's your business isn't based on that. Your business is always based on the strength of your weak leg. Okay. And so you got to get negative. I know a lot of people, oh, I'm in a dead leg, this. I don't get help from above. You know what, you guys, that's a sob story. And I feel bad when people say that. I don't know I don't know why they say it. You know, maybe they're just, I don't know. Because to me, it's like, well, the majority of companies like that. Well, who cares? It's part of the business. So if you're in a dead leg or whatever, just forget about it. Who cares? You're the top of your business. I would never call my company dead leg. Hey, I'm the head of a dead leg. No, I'm a head of a kick-ass leg. I'm going to do it all myself, just like some many of the top coaches in this business. So change your mindset right there, right now, because a lot of people get hung up on that nonsense, and it is nonsense. All right. So when we're looking at this, you guys, I want to make this real clear. So this person right here gets paid for this personal volume. A lot of times there's team volume that is attached to PV, like on Challenge Package, but it's reduced team volume because they don't want to pay out to the upper people in your network that money. Team volume flows up. The problem with team volume in this business center, you don't get paid for it. You don't get paid for it either. Your upline does, but you don't. And it's minimalized if it comes through a challenge pack, usually, or another sell item. So your goal, and because you're working within policy with your family member here, you can have U+2 on credit cards. And this could be on either side. And this is just for the sake of pictures, you guys. If you have your spouse over here or whatever to this where this is, it's fine. It's just, we're just doing this for the sake of R&B either side, and it's just a mirror of each other. Okay, guys, so what you do here is right here in this business center up here, this top one, I need to hold rank here. So I need to be at least the emerald before any of this works, okay? Once I get emerald, that means I have 2 active coaches here that I sponsored, 1 in each leg, and it's these top 2. Now they could fall down anywhere in here as long as I have them. It doesn't matter where they fall as long as they're on one side and 1 on the other. So don't let the visuals get in the way you're thinking, because when you talk about stuff over here, when it's tied to rank or here, the only value is what side it falls on, not where in there it falls on. Okay, so your rank is based on how many active coaches you have in each leg and emeralds and diamonds and so forth as you go up. But the secret to this one right here, you only need 50 PV, personal volume, to be active. Okay, and it's not tied to team volume at all. As you go up in the ranks, you are required to get more. So a star diamond, I believe, is 200 PV. For myself, and what we're suggesting for this is once you get that, every 5 weeks, you should have yourself on auto ship so you don't even have to think about it. That's it. I would not push any more customers through that business center at all, because your customer should be coming down here. And all that you're working with your teammate, your spouse, everything that you guys are working should be, this business center should be your focus, okay, for volume. Because what happens, you get that same check that you got up there for personal volume right here, you get that commission check, right? But guess what? Now you get the TV here, and this TV travels up to you, and you do what's called cycling. When one side equals $100 and another side equals $200, you cycle. It doesn't matter which side it is, and it doesn't matter. It can switch sides every day. Doesn't matter. And it is a total of every active coach with team volume, or inactive, as long as there's team volume, customer, anything that happens under this yellow line for this person. And for this person, your spouse, when they become an emerald, same thing. Everything on this red, if you can see the red line right down the middle, everything on this side of the red line goes up to their business center. So let me explain to you what just happened. You just put your volume here. You're hoping this leg's growing, and you're helping this leg growing by placing your personally sponsored coaches here and identifying coaches that you want to help to grow. So you're pushing volume here to this side. So your goal is your first paycheck right here. You get a cycle check, and that could be a little, and it could be a lot. It depends on where you are in building your gold chest. All right. This is big, 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 big money. All right. We call this the small money, the P blue area. We call this the small money. Now that may be several $1,000s, but we're looking at, a lot of money here, potential money. Okay. In these 2 centers as you cycle. So you're getting paid here. You push the volume through here. You're also getting the personal volume checks through here, the commissions, the affiliate money through here. But now you put team volume through here, and so it goes through here. This person's also, if they're emerald, they are also cycling. They're collecting another money. Now, if you're emerald, you get $14 for every $300 that go through. If you're ruby, you get 16. And if you're diamond or above, you get 18. It sounds like a little money, guys, but it's huge money when it gets there, because when your team starts growing and it's what we call snowballing down, you get thousands and thousands of people here doing this, and customers, thousands of people, and it adds up big time. And it's a duplicator. So that's a lot of money. Now, let me tell you, so now we got paid 3 so far. 1, here we got paid for a cycle. 2, we got paid here for the second cycle because the spouse is Emerald. And these have to be personally sponsored, the 2 coaches, and it can be anywhere, you guys. 1 in each of his legs or her legs. They have to be personally sponsored by this business center, okay? Now, something else really cool happened, because this person went Ruby or Diamond. They are now getting what's called a matching bonus check. And if they're Ruby, it's 5% of other coaches that they brought in, they personally sponsored, cycle checks, bonus checks, what we call it. And if it's a Diamond, they get 10%. So if this person just brought in $1,000 that week, he's going to, and I sponsored you, this person sponsored them, I just got an extra $100, 10%, for just introducing you to the business and helping you be successful. And that happens all the way down. You can make a great deal of money, potential income, by introducing people to this business and them having success. All right. So that's the beauty of that. Now, let me give you another thing. We're going to talk about 2 other ways to push volume. All right. That has nothing to do with product. The other way is I still need to sign coaches up here, right? Because I still need to get my diamond rank. My goal rank is 2-star diamond. 2-star diamond's magic. It's the best rank there is, because 2-star diamond is the only rank that you get a new business center. And when you get a new business center, you can throw it all the way down in your weak leg or wherever you want it, all the way to the bottom. And guess what? You can push volume through it, and then it goes up all the way through all the people in that line, and all the people in that line collect volume off of it. And your whole team's happy because everybody's getting paid for the income coming through that. So that's the beauty of, again, 2-star. 2-star diamond is the best bonus there is. You get multiple business centers, okay? And he could go 2-star too. But right now, you just worry about them being Emerald. Your other Emerald over here, okay? And the thing that you can do right here is, when you want to go 2-star, if you get a diamond over here, then you can focus on your spouse becoming diamond, and that will give you your second diamond. You just need 1 in each leg, right? But until that point gets there, until you actually build your other diamond, and you want to focus on volume. So you get Emerald here and here. Your next step is to get diamond up here. And when you're getting diamond up here, what you're going to do is you're going to sign coaches, okay? And those coaches are going to be strategically placed. Say you got a strong leg over here, okay, on this side where your spouse is. And I hope you guys can see my cursor. But you have them over here. Usually you'll start what's called a power leg. That means you tell all your people that you are going to place outside, which is this line here. Whenever you get a new coach, you're going to place them real wide. Some people will start inside. It doesn't matter, okay? Everybody usually has 2 power legs. You have 1 on your strength leg, your strong leg, and 1 on your weak leg. But in this instance, we're going to say this is a power leg. I'm going to sign coaches into my power leg, okay? That's where I'm going to put them because it helps them grow. Now, however, when I go to my spouse's side, because remember, if I get a diamond, I have to have 4 on each side. 2 have to be emerald. 1 emerald here, 1 emerald here, or emerald here, emerald here. It doesn't matter. I mean, your spouse could be down here. You've been a coach for a while and you've never signed your spouse or family member. It doesn't matter. It's just where they're at. It doesn't matter, okay? So when you come to your spouse's side, you do what's a volume check. Now, people always get this mixed up. They think strong and weak legs based on the amount of coaches you have in there, and that's not true. Strong and weak leg changes all the time, especially when you're a new coach, and that can be weekly. So I talk to my spouse and have him check his account or her account and check for rollover on volume on Thursday. where there is volume. So if he has rollover volume in his right leg, I am going to place my coaches in his left because I want to push volume to the other side. And you can go back and forth depending on which leg's the strong leg of that week. Back and forth. You just stay wide on both legs or inside on both legs, whatever you early decided to go with, whatever pattern you want to go with. But you keep going wide all the way down. And what this does, it creates volume to his weak side. And you can have $1 million in one leg. It does you no good if you do not have another leg to capitalize off it, because you need at least $100 per cycle. So you have to play this strategic, like a chess match. Each week, where is the smartest place to sign a coach to increase volume for myself and my spouse? There may be lots of weeks where you need to go to this side because this leg gets too strong. Okay? So you're working this as a team. Now, the great thing about this is all this volume, man, you see it keeps going down further and further. I'm going to show you in a slide what happens, but something really cool happens. And so now you're earning income, you're increasing rank, diamonds, the leadership rank. People start looking at you as a leader, and you're doing most of your business through your partners, your team's account. If you have a second business center, maybe here, you may have another bit. If you're in policy, and you may have another family member over here, deep down here somewhere, that you can actually work on and help push volume through their business center. So you get more volume to that leg so you can even out and balance. Okay. So the one thing you're not in policy allowed to do, guys, is you can't go down and buy out of other business centers to make them active. So in policy, you're not allowed to buy down. So you can't make a personal purchase out of the lower business centers, but your customers and your spouse's customers, since you're working in those teams, sure can pick what business center they want to buy out of, and you would, buy through there. The other way to push volume, so we place coaches to push volume, and we actually push customers to push volume. The other way to do it is these little red flames I got all over. See, there's only like 4 on here. You're not going to need a whole lot. Those are our mentor-fires. And we call those mentor-fires because those are the hot coaches. They may belong to who knows who. You might not even know their sponsor. Doesn't matter. Because these are new coaches who are very active, or their existing coaches are very active. If they're an existing coach, they might not want your help. They might be doing a lot of money, and they might want to be the leader of their own team, and don't expect that you can go in and press your leadership upon someone else's team. It's their business. They'll do what they want. And one of the worst things you can do is let your ego get in the way of your business decisions. If someone's a leader, that's your goal, is to make them a leader. Don't think they have to carry your logo or anything like that. It's their team to do with what. You have no real power over them. They're doing you a favor. Shut up, kiss their butt, and do the right thing. Okay? So you do not own anybody under you. All right? They're all there making you money, so you're a servant to them. All right? So you get paid to make other people leaders. And when you identify these fires, a lot of them will be lone coaches. That's all these people. A lot of these best coaches are in what we call dead legs, like we talked about earlier. These coaches are the ones that are going to create a lot of volume for you. So if you see these coaches, these one, man, if you can identify 3, 4, 5, you got a team. And that's how we started this business. We found I was able to get 4 or 5 people together, and we created a fire. And we had all fire starters, and we all eventually went our own ways, but we created a lot of wealth fast. And that was because we were able to identify each of us who wanted to work this and work with those people. Even if they're not our personal sponsors, it doesn't matter. Remember, when personal sponsor is only for 2 things. When you personally sponsor a coach, it's 1, for rank, to get your rank. So personal sponsor coach is for rank. The second reason is matching bonus check. So when they start making money, you get a check off that. Besides that, there is no other reason to be concerned if a coach is personally sponsored or not. When team volume happens, it happens with massive coaches who aren't yours. Massive. The majority of coaches will and customers will not be yours. And that's the beauty of it, because you have not worked with those people. You're doing 1% of the work, and the rest are doing the 99%. That's the beauty of team volume. That's the beauty of residual income. That's the beauty of building a team, is when you go away on vacation and you come back a month later, your team booming still. They don't need you. You know, they need you, but not to the degree you think. Because when it gets rolling, it gets rolling. And that is your goal. That is your vision, to get your gold. That's why we're doing this training. We're trying to get you out of the recognition, the PV phase up above, where you're doing all your challenge packs and stuff through this business center right here. Oh, man, are you throwing money away? And for what? Really? Okay? And if you're happy with that, I'm not just, discounting it. Some people do those things, prefer recognition over money. That's just the reality, and just not me. All right. I'm going to one more slide, I think, guys, and we're done. Okay? Making this as fast as I can. Oh, boy. Yeah. I think we got one more, and that is it. And this is the fun slide. So, guys, when we talked about pushing this team volume down, we did it in multiple ways. One, we worked with our partner and directed our customers to their business center, okay, which is lower than ours. So we could collect twice off that volume, actually more than twice. And we can do that through our second business center when we go 2-star diamond, which is down the road for a lot of people, but we can do that, okay? By the way, you'll hear a lot of conversation about where do I put my spouse and my strong or weak leg. Most people will say the weak. I did it in the strong, and I was able to make money very, very fast doing that. There's not a wrong answer. It's just a preference and sometimes luck. And a lot of times you're not even going to know which strong or weak leg is, especially when you're a new coach. And sometimes your strong leg becomes your weak leg and vice versa. Mine did that for years. So that's a guess. And don't sweat that decision too much. If you're already coaching, you have all these coaches here, that's cool. Just place your spouse at the lowest spot possible that you can, because all that volume is going to go up. You're going to have an advantage by feeding your team coaches volume. The disadvantage is you did lose income over the years that you did not have your spouse in there, your family income. Okay. So everything's good. You're good to go. So don't get discouraged if you made decisions on the past that didn't produce the most highest income for you, because right now is a good time to take advantage of all this. All right. And what I wanted to show you on this, so we had basic ways to do this. We were joint income with this through our spouse. And by the way, you can take these two business centers if it's a family member, and you can put them under, you need to check policy, but they can be under one LLC or corporation and basically call the same thing. Beachbody will treat them separately and pay and so forth, but you can make these one. Once you start making money, there's some tax advantages you might want to look at and talk to your accountant or your tax lawyer. So that is there. The other way, the second way that we were pushing volume, you guys, was we were pushing our coaches, the new coaches, into good positions to feed us. Okay, feed your upline. The third way, you guys, that we were pushing volume, we're mentoring fire coaches that are hot. We're going down and deep in the network as we can finding the people that are going to bring volume to your team. Those are the peak biz leaders. Those are the most solid coaches you can get. Now, you're going to get a lot of discount coaches. Don't worry. We call them discount. I call them coupon. You can use them. I mean, you need so many actives to get so many ranks, and they're there, and they deserve to be there, and you need to treat them with all the same love you give all your team. But just realize who they are and how much energy and time you're going to spend with each one of those. Your discount coaches, you're going to help work out and so forth. But if they're not working the business, that's it. You're going to spend all your time with these fire coaches, even if they're not your PSs, because they're the ones that are going to create massive income for you on the team level and your whole team. So as you see the green arrows going up, that's the money going up. So team volume is flowing up, and it's hitting everybody's in line. And you can see the stud here, he's happy because he's making money, and she's super happy because she's getting paid like 3 or 4 ways, 5 ways, you know. So it just depends on what she's getting. Also, quarterly, if she's 2-star or above, she's also getting quarterly bonuses if she meets those requirements. So we have these arrows going up. It's all the volume going up. But see all these people with the arrows in front of them? They're also smiling. Because if they have volume, people doing what you're doing underneath them, everybody's earning team volume income. Everybody. That's solid income. That is very solid income. It's if you're up in PV and there's a transition in a company, this goes away fast. Your team, if it's based on this PV, you're in trouble when stuff changes. Everybody starts quitting on you, whatever, you know, someone's selling rotten sardines, come to my network, check out my sardines. And you're like, okay, you know, they all go. And it's like, oh, you got in early, great. And then you see them do nothing in a year. But these, if you build in here, when there's transition, these guys, they're solid, man, because they're making money. Even if they have a reduction in money, they're solid. You know, rarely are these guys going to leave. They may be a few that leave, but the majority will stay. You know, Beachbody's been up and down throughout the years. And with the founders, I believe there's 42 of us when we started. And I would believe, I don't know the numbers, but I only think 2 have quit, maybe 3, I don't know, or been recruited by other companies or went to start new companies. So that's over, guys. That's over, you know, since we started in 2006. That's a, you know, that's a, I can't believe I'm that old. It's like going on 12 years, but oh, it's more than 12 years. It's going on 13, but going on it is, but wow, I'm old. But anyway, you guys, Beachbody's a solid company. And right now, the only thing that's going on that, you know, at the time of this video that people haven't comprehended is working in this blue area, because you guys been working in this blue area and people are using that against you because it's a house of cards. Bring it into this yellow area, build a solid foundation. You're actually going to make more money. Okay. Obviously, I can't claim, you know, that, but obviously, please read this disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. That's usually what happens. Okay. If not always, but you guys stay with my policy on everything. Get these green arrows coming back up to you. You place down all your volume. All right. Even these white spots that are inactive, just because they're inactive doesn't mean they don't have team volume going from. That person might have 35 TV going through there. That's real money right there. Okay. You need to learn to check. Once you start working your business centers, you need to be able to check in both of these business centers for your family, or how it, I mean, you can have multiple business centers depending on what's going on with your account. You need to check rollover volume in these all the time to see what leg is strong after the rollover, the payout. Because legs, you may look at a leg on a Wednesday, legs on Wednesday, and you see one leg is dominant, but you're only seeing like a full dollar amount. Cycles are based on the money as it comes in daily. So if you have a mass volume come in one day and it looks like your strong leg super strong, and you open it up and you realize you got rollover in your week, it's because all that volume came at one day where it couldn't cycle out at. So there's a lot of things that can happen. That's why you need to check your rollover volume, because that will determine your week strategies for placement, okay, and volume development. So you need to be able to learn to go into your account and check rollover volume Thursday morning. Wednesday night's the end of our week. Thursday will give you the game plan for the week. This is a living document. You know, your genealogy is alive. It's moving. It's breathing. It's full of people. And this team volume is your wealth. If you want to do affiliate action and recognition, right here. Wealth, right here. Nobody's going to recognize you except the bank. Okay. So it's up to you, you guys. I think I got it all. If not, I'm sure you can ask me. And we will be coming out the menus. We're working with great people, amazing people. And early early results on this are excellent. So you guys, I hope you had a great night, great day, whatever time you're watching this. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see where we'll be in a year. Remember action, daily action. Remember that you need to schedule it. You will never get anything done scheduled. This is a business. You can't show up when you feel like. If you do, it's a hobby and you'll get hobby pay. Make this a business. Track your time each night. You need to work hard and long on it in the beginning. Don't watch movies. Don't do that. Work hard and long on your business. Push that snowball uphill. If you're in the blue, if you focus on recognition, you'll always push that uphill the majority of the time, unless you're a supersonic talented person and it's crazy, which we have a bunch. But if you're in the gold, you're going to have to push that snowball uphill too. The difference is eventually that snowball goes downhill and grows by itself. And you're like, why did I even go to college? Why didn't I learn this 20 years ago? But that first couple of years, you guys, is, at first, it depends on where you're at in this business. Some of you already got a good foundation. It's going to work very quick. Others, it's going to take a little bit to build up. But at first, it's like crap, rejection. And then you start feeding off it because you see the success is based off of rejection. The success is based off the no's. The success is doing what other people won't do. The success is based on the commitment and showing up. And then that snowball rolls downhill, and then you do what you want. You're not doing that much time anymore. You get all your time back. You get to have all, your dreams, man. It's a great life. I'm sitting here on a 50-acre ranch in a castle. Okay. I was a school teacher. I was a strategist for a school district and a high school coach. That's how this all started, and I never thought I would be anything else. I thought I would just squeeze by. And then I saw the light on this. I went crazy. And you can too. I have no talents you don't. Nobody here does. Find your tribe, make this work, get strategies. It's all strategies. You want to make money? Strategies. Anyway, you guys, have a wonderful night. I hope this helps. If you need help, I know there's a lot of people are going to be watching these. So reach out to your upline. If I can answer your questions, I will, if time allows. And knock it out, man. The future's in your grasp. Your destiny's right here. You can do this. You can do this. This is a great company. You're in a good place and a good time with a solid company. So have a good night, guys. It's night here and cool outside.